All right, Shalom.
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 The brothers from Great Millstone, New Orleans branch. All right, coming at you with a live sit down. Prior to getting started, we like to go glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, and I was kind of running it with these brothers before we got on this live lesson. All right, and I'm gonna share it with y'all, man, because we see these different headlines, right, of ICE being in the cities, especially here in New Orleans. All right, but actually seeing these things play out in real time, okay, it gives us insight on what it's gonna look like. All right, when these people come to persecute, all right, the true Jews, man. All right, the ones that are holding the testimony of Yahushua. All right. And first and foremost, we could start at Judah Kazak. Grab me Revelations 12, and you can start at.
I was holding that.
Well, if you got it, bring it
I'm
on.
on it right now. I was holding that too.
Go ahead, you got it.
Con, you can start at 17. Just get 17.
Con, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 17, and it reads, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh, and had the testimony of Yahushua Hamashiach."
That's right. And we hold the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach, man. All right? By way of this word, okay? What we believe in. You see? And all of these things that are happening right in front of our very eyes is just a prelude. All right? The Lord has given us an opportunity to see what we're going to be up against, man. Okay? Because this devil, he going to come down having great wrath. All right? He's finna pull out all of his toys, all right, all the tricks, all the schemes, okay, to come down on the men of the Lord, all right, because of this word, because of this truth, all right, this very same thing in which we do day in and day out, okay, he's gonna come against that, all right. He sees that he can't do nothing with us spiritually, so this devil gonna come at us physically, man, all right. And I was just talking to these brothers, about this whole ICE situation. And how crazy it was. As of this past week, I have been working at a port. All right. And this is not my normal location that I work at. All right, but man, today they had what they call them, Belgian Malinois. All right, those dogs. Okay, they had the dogs. They were sniffing people's cars, all right, looking in your trunk. They basically ravaging your whole car to see if you harboring illegals, man. That's how serious it's getting. Okay, and I told these brothers there was a situation that ensued. All right, a guy, he was driving up to the main gate, and he ended up, I guess he got scared, or whatever the case may have been. He had tents on his car, so I couldn't see if he was a northern tribe brother or not. But before he got to the gate, he put it in reverse and pumped the gas back. And like I told them brothers, he did some Fast and the Furious shit. He spent the wheel around and kept going, and they ended up pursuing that guy, man. So these are the types of things in which is gonna happen. All right. But start me out with
Isaiah.
Yeah, with the Isaiah.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 20. "For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off."
And who are the ones that watch for iniquity? All right, the men of the Lord, man. Okay, this devil, he seeks to cut us off. All right, we're the ones calling him out. We're the ones in Isaiah 9, in the fourth verse, okay, crying and sighing. You see? So he's gonna come against us to silence us, man. All right, go ahead, Doc.
All right, this is verse 21. "That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught."
And that's crazy because I literally saw him today prepare a snare at the gate. Okay, literally. All right, we're gonna become offenders because of this word, man. All right, because through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, this word, is pulling down strongholds. This word is going out and making this government crumble. All right. The Lord is basically removing the foundation from this place by way of what? His word, man. Okay. If y'all have a precept y'all want to bring out before I get some more, bring them out.
I just wanted to make
Yeah, I got one.
real quick, Salaki. I want to make a point. They already passing legislation saying if you speak against certain things or certain people, you'll be considered a criminal.
Yeah, Khan. Yeah, and like the brother had just reminded me, it says those that watch for iniquity is talking about the wicked, man. Okay. Yeah, these devils, they got big plans, like this brother saying, his legislation and his laws, right, to come against us, man. All right. It was something else I wanted to grab. I know you had a precept, huh?
Yeah, I had a precept real quick. Yeah, this Isaiah 59:19. Because the reason why I bring this precept out is because we're gonna need divine intervention, divine help for what's to come. When these troops roll in on us, when Esau finally rolls up on us, we're gonna need divine help. This Isaiah 59 verse 19, it reads, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him."
God. You go ahead to that.
And yeah, the reason why, like I said, because when these devils finally roll on us, you got ICE troops out here, but it's gonna get more intense. Things gonna get amplified going into 2026. And the thing is that the Lord gonna lift up that standard, and certain men gonna get what? Spiritual power, divine intervention. With Daniel to the 12:1 talking about the Archangel Michael stand for the children of Israel. We gonna need that help, man, because these devils have all type of plans, military weapons, schemes up the sleeves, man. It's gonna get real, but we gonna need that divine intervention from Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right. But I know you had something you wanted to bring out.
Nah, I got a little bit more.
Go ahead.
This is verse 22, and it go perfectly with that brother precept. "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale."
And if I could say, what does your face waxing pale go into, man?
Being afraid.
Being afraid, And the Lord ultimately just, because he already have us bold right now, in the face of our oppressors, okay? Yep. Especially when his brother just, brought it out. When we get them spiritual powers, Jay gonna be bold as a motherfucker, man. We bold now.
Yes, indeed.
Keep going.
Verse 23. But when he seeth his children, the work of mine hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the God of Israel.
You want to say something on it?
Let me keep going. Nah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Go ahead.
Y'all brought out Revelation 2?
No, you got it.
Con, this is Revelation chapter 2 and 10. It says, "Red letters Yahushua speaking, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." All right. And what we getting right now is pretty much the preludes to everything. Mm-hmm. All right. So we got the northern tribe, pretty much going down. They on fire. All right. We got already words in the news that Levi is going to be next, within next year, that they're going to come and start looking for the Haitians. Down here, we also got a Vietnamese, population out here that they're pretty much going for. But just let you know that it's a lot of you can pretty much say that Judah is next. The southern tribe is next, is pretty much, But it says that cast some of you to prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Just knowing that all of these things are going to come to pass, we know that our salvation is near, man. And to have faith into Yahweh Shem Yahushua that that this shit pass over, and our kingdom come.
Yeah, if I could say, that 10 days going into just a complete time. Mm-hmm. All right. It could be 2 days, it could be 10 days, it could be 20, whatever the Lord have set for you, man. All right. And you know, when they taking these people, they taking them, like I told you earlier, to a place down here called Alexandria, Louisiana, man, which is damn near 2-3 hours away. You know, so these people are being taken away from their you know, their families with no phone, you know, no none of that. Hey, and this come from, you know, I was talking to my boss after the little situation, you know, because we ended up not working today, and he basically was like, they had a meeting for you know, the so-called Latinos that work for us that said, listen, it's best that you would want to remember numbers, man. All right, because if they take you, they're gonna take your phone and everything, man.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just how this devil coming, man. And he gonna come 10 times harder about this truth. They just coming about you know, being legal here in America. How much more when it's to come against this truth?
Right.
All right, to lay hands on the prophets. Okay. The shy, you can get Matthew what I told you to grab 5, no, 10. And you can grab that Matthew 5 and 10 too. I'm gonna let this brother get this Matthew, and I'm gonna let you get that next. All right. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the pre.
Yeah, you can go.
All right, this is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And so we, you know, this, like he said, it's a prelude. Like we seeing how they doing with the Northern Kingdom, and it's gonna be even a greater time, and they're gonna come with even greater wrath against the men of the Lord. And you know, we already brought out precepts saying, but the Lord gonna save us out of it. You know, the men of the Lord, those elect men.
If I could back you up too, you know, the northern tribe getting it again. We've never seen nothing like this, which how you know that the prophecy is speaking. All right, we never seen so much wrath come down that they set in operations by you know, federal operations to come down and snatch people up. You know, like I was just talking to the brother earlier. It seemed like it's almost fake or something that you see in a movie. Of you see people, you know, running through grocery stores, running for their lives. You know,
and if I could say, like I knew it was gonna be something provoking my emotions, right? But like to see them doing our brothers like that, like it kind of got me like raw, you know, like angry. Like it's just a matter of time before I can even put myself in them, you know, in their shoes, just to see them people screaming and being pulled away from their family and stuff like that. So it got us, you know, like the brothers and the prophets from before, you know, asking, you know, like how long, Lord, you know, like begging for vengeance, you know. And we gotta wait, we gotta be patient, we gotta suffer through this and wait on our power.
But you can grab that Matthew real quick.
It's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 5 and 10. Again, real letters, Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get you to go down to 12, but nevertheless, it says, blessed are ye that are persecuted, man, for righteousness' sake. All right. So not these, you know, these not the 2/3, man. They getting their persecution, right? No, it's talking about the elect. All right, those that are being persecuted, okay, for saying no to the MOTB, right? Those who being persecuted for making our bodies a living sacrifice, okay? Speaking about the kingdom of heaven, right? The return of Yahushua. All right, that's being persecuted for righteousness' sake, man. Okay.
Yeah, if I could back you up too, you know, I remember the elder Ariala and elder Yashawaba going into, you know, even though, you know, Jacob's trouble, you know, is pretty much for the wicked of our people, the 2/3 of our people. Again, we are still here,
right?
You know, the elect is still here. So whichever wrath that they're going through, you know, we're going to have to pretty much go through similar things, you know, and that's why we pray, you know, for the Lord's grace, you know, to protect us, you know, that we don't, you know, fall into these snares, that we don't, you know, die, you know, pretty much all of these things, the possible outcomes, all this of everything that's happening. But, you know, that's just a part of Jacob's trouble, you know.
And I want to back you up with a quick precept, all right, just to show that, because Jake think they're gonna be sitting, you know, picking lilies and shit while the rest of the world is going through it, man. All right, and that's not true. This which you know the Lord gonna have his hands around us, of course, right? But we like it's like these brothers just said, we still gonna go through it. This the book of First Peter chapter 4 and 18. All right. And it reads, it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? All right, so it's telling us that the righteous gonna be scarcely saved. So how much more, all right, the wicked of our people, man? You know, meaning we gonna be in the mix of this shit too. You know, you're gonna see heads rolling and you know, blood, guts, and ass, man. We gonna see all of those things. You know,
because you could put it in the same boat with you know, pretty much what Job went through. All of the trials of Job, you know, the Lord pretty much made that bet with Satan to let him pretty much do anything. All right, so you could pretty much do anything except for don't kill my prophet, don't kill my men, you know, but go ahead and test them, you know, through all of this, you know, madness that's going around, you know, to see if they could be shaken out. But you know, again, the Lord got their heads around his men that he's not going to allow them to be tempted or go through anything that they can't handle, you know.
Con, man. You can finish it out.
Con, this is Matthew 5:11. It says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all the manner of evil against you falsely for my sake."
Con. All right, so these people will say, you know, a lot of false things about us. All right, that we what? You know, we condone GRAPE. All right, I don't want to say it and it kind of pick it up, you know, because they'll do that type of shit, man. All right, they say we condone that behavior. All right, we hate women, right? They say these things and it's false, man. All right, and what's the newest thing? Did you brother see the video of the apostle? All right, and the guy, a wicked ass nigga, made a fucking AI of the apostles, man.
Yeah, I see that.
So that goes into that too, man. Apostle Gabal did a beautiful video, going into AI being used to come against us and persecute us, man. You know, when they're gonna put us, you know, plaster our faces on TV screens and on billboards, having us doing all sorts of shit, man, through the way of AI.
The Yakin and them used to go into that on the block.
Con, go ahead, Doc.
Verse 12 says, "Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you."
See, so these things have happened already, man. All right, and it's telling you that we have a reward that's in heaven for going through these things, man. Okay, you got to think about it, Akim. All right, there's nobody else on the face of the planet Earth, all right, besides the elect who are going through, who could feel what we feel, all right, being persecuted for righteousness' sake. Everybody else gonna be getting persecuted, all right, for in wickedness. You see, and there's no reward in that, man. Okay. Yeah, if y'all brothers have something before I get the next one.
Yeah,
I got something for you.
You go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, brother.
This goes in this is the book of Psalms 27, verse 5, and it reads, "For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock." And the reason why brothers preach it up is because the elect, when you go into the word pavilion, it's like a shelter. You know, the elect go have a shelter, which is the Lord. He go shelter us. He go have that hedge of protection over us. You know, while 2/3 of our people getting their ass handed to, which we see in the beginning stages of, the elect men, also the great Mutu, we go have that covering over us, man. The Lord go protect us, feed us, you know, be our God in times we come into. But the 2/3 of our people, which you see in the beginning of, man, they ain't gonna have none of that, man. Which is a scary thing, you know. But that's all I want to bring out.
Yeah, and it's ultimately their judgment, man. They have to go through this. All right. They, you know, we've been preaching this word, okay, and they do what? They walk past us, they scoff, they mock, all right, they laugh, okay. They call us crazy names, all right. We wearing dresses, things of that nature. So, you know, they getting their just desserts, man. You want to say something?
Yeah, and the scriptures tell you too, in these times of trouble, pray not for these people.
Why?
Right, because they have their time, man. Like you just said, they walk past us, they mock us, they scoff us, they say they know what we're talking about. Well, just like you said, man, that judgment gonna fall upon them, man. You didn't take heed to the words of the Lord. That's a punishment for that.
That's right, brother. Go ahead with your precept. Huh?
All right, it's the book of Psalms, 94, the chapter 94, verse. I'm gonna start at 2. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud. Lord, how long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? It says, verse 5, they break in pieces thy people, O Lord, and afflict thine heritage. And that's just going into the point, backing up the brother, like, they gonna start speaking wicked things about us. They're gonna frame us in a certain light. They persecuting us. I'm gonna jump down to verse 12. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Lord, and teachest him out of thy law, that thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity, until the pit be digged for the wicked. For the Lord will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. And that's just backing up the point. Like, we got to go through these things, but the Lord not going to forsake us, like we his inheritance. He going to look out for us. He going to keep us in these times.
Man, it said that until the pit be digged for the wicked, all right, and the Lord is allowing these devils to come after us, all right, and he gonna put an end to it, man. What this brother was hinting at earlier with those spiritual powers, all right, they're gonna corner us, all right, they're gonna put us in these different concentration camps. They're gonna bring us, which I got the brother holding that in the book of St. Matthew, the 10th chapter. We're gonna be brought in synagogues before these different high ups, elites, right, and they're gonna require us to renounce the Lord. Okay, and the Lord, he gonna, some men, like the scriptures tell you, will taste the death, but not all those men. All right. The Lord gonna, give men powers in them different positions of adversity, man.
I got something for you.
Con, I'm gonna let the brother get his go ahead, get your precept.
Con, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 9. It says, in this red letter, Yahweh shall speak, and it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. But that's just backing up that point. Like you said, okay, different brothers might have to taste death on this side, but also knowing that us going through these things, we getting rewarded for it, man. Which is why it said that Jacob trouble is really for the 2/3.
I don't see a mother in your contacts. What is your mother's first and last name? I'm Siri. Pleased to meet you.
Hey, that's crazy. I'm trying to listen and don't even know what you're talking about.
That's Slocky, bro. Fucking wicked ass computer being wicked.
Uh,
But
yeah, I'm gonna read it again, bro.
Go ahead, yeah.
This
bro.
Matthew 24:9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay, but like you said, it might be men in the truth that might have to suffer death on this side, man. Which is not all, but even us going through these things, we still getting rewarded, even after death. Okay, which is why Jacob trouble is mostly for the 2/3, man, because the things that they going through, they not getting rewarded for it, but we is. But you got it.
Con, go ahead and grab that
Matthew 10.
yeah.
This the book of Matthew, chapter 10, starting at 16. It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, but harmless as doves.
Because and we're looked at as sheeps, all right? We have no defense, okay? We have no way of protecting ourselves, all right? And the Lord is telling us he sent us out in the midst of wolves, all right? These devils, the wicked, all right, they surrounding us, okay? And it says, be ye therefore as wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. We have to, we got the truth, man. We're supposed to have an edge over these people, okay? We should be moving, very swift and observant, okay? And in that Clark Kent state, all right? Because you got Israelites out here, man, that's like the brother put in the chat, working out with the fucking fringes on, man. You know, that ain't moving. You know, you ain't thinking like a serpent. It says be wise as a serpent, man.
Right. What's a characteristic of a serpent?
Yeah,
Don't
camouflage.
Camouflage. They
All right,
blend
they
in.
cunning. They subtle, man. We gotta have righteous subtlety when it come down to being in this truth. You see, because the first thing they're gonna say, all right, when they start saying, because they already had a video where some asshole put Yahushua is coming back in the Jewish community, right? And it was an advocate for the Jewish community. He said, yeah, this is outright prejudice and it must be dealt with.
Okay.
You know, so when they start saying all of these people that's hollering about, you know, Yahushua, you know, Shalom that be on the corners with the fringes, man, that guy who working out at the fucking gym with the fringes on, they gonna say they got one in here,
Right.
you know. So you know, the Lord, this in red letters too. Yahushua telling you to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Keep going out.
Verse 17, it says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the council, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
You see? So, you know, which these devils have something called Project Zypher, right? In which they're gonna use blackouts and different other means of disrupting the economy, okay, to basically come get the men of the Lord, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got man. If you don't think that these people are watching your digital footprint, right? The different news articles you're looking into, the different videos you're watching, man. All right, shit, even things of this nature. Okay, they're tuning in on your computers and your cell phones and things like that, listening to your conversations, right? Con, we just had an example of that, man. You know, go ahead. You want to make a point?
Yeah, because they got something called a while back. I had the article actually in my notes, but they deleted the website. But it was basically a female kill list, and it categorized, you know, different colors. They put you in different colors, and I believe the black was the worst one, which goes into they go round the prophets up. That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's a kill list. They're gonna round everybody up in different categories and come for you at the bleak of night. This is who coming. You know what I'm saying? They got what you liked, the videos you watch. So say you watching the truth, you liking our videos, even if you it in the background, they still watch you, man. You on that list. So Jay got to know what they're part of too, though. When they call upon the names of Yahweh Shemi Shai and say they about the truth. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, and another thing, okay, even the people that come on here to scoff, man. All right, those people not gonna give a damn. You just came on here to scoff. No, come your ass on too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, you heard it.
You know. But keep going out.
Verse 18, it says, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my name's sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
Keep going.
But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
You see, and us being brought before these governors and you know higher ups, these elites, is for the purpose of the testimony of Yahushua, man. May the Lord got a message for these devils, okay? Which ultimately, you know, he gonna put in Jake mouth when it's time. All right. These devils, they going down, man. You know, and it's just a matter of time. All of these different steps and things they putting in play, okay, to try to prevent the inevitable, which is the return of Yahushua and judgment upon the earth. Okay, none of those things will prevent the Lord from coming back, man. None of those things, okay, are going to prolong their rulership. You see, in the book of Job, it tell you, hey, there's a certain point in which this devil won't be able to pass. Okay, and that represents this devil when he's you know, starting up his NWO, okay, and he getting it into full effect, but there's a bound he can't pass, man. You know, So keep going now. Verse 20.
Con, this verse 20, it says, "For it is not ye that speak, but the spirit of your Father which speaketh in you."
See? So the Lord, he got words for this devil when we get brought in front of him. You know, Lord willing, we endure to the end, man. That's a mighty role to play in this truth. You know, telling these devils they going down, man. Go ahead.
Con, verse 21, it says, "And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death."
That's right, man. So, you know, that's why, brothers, it's important that you understand that just because this your family members or your mother or your father, your sisters, your brothers, okay, hey, they gonna turn on you in that day, man. And the Lord got it like that for a reason, okay? That's why in the earlier stages, really throughout the whole walk of the truth, but in your earlier stages, the Lord starts to put variance between you and your family members, man. Getting you used to what's to come. That way when it's time, it should be an easy thing. You shouldn't have to be battling between what you should do and what you want to do, man. Which the Lord have it orchestrated how he gonna do it. That don't mean just hate your family, walk around hating your fucking family. No. But understand that in that day, it shouldn't be a surprise unto you.
Right, be mindful.
You're gonna have some Jakes hiding in the fucking attic, and Big Mama gonna be pointing up when they in her living room, man.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mama been feeding you since you was 2 years old, man, pampering you, the whole nine. Go ahead.
If you see, and it's funny you said we was talking about in that movie, Inglourious Basterds, when they was looking for them JOOs that was underneath the floorboards. What they did was what they was there with the hunter dude that they spoke in a different language that the JOOs didn't understand. So you could even put that in context that if you being hid away or something like that, that they'll probably switch the lingo that you don't know what the hell is going on, but they are already just ratting out everything about where you are and how to get to you.
Yeah, scriptures tell you we gonna be as pilgrims among the earth, man. All right, these different you had it in Red Dawn. All right, they was getting food from different locations. I think one of them was like a subway or some shit, and they was helping them. But then you're gonna have certain situations where they gonna rat you out, man. I think that's what the dude did in Red Dawn. One of the dudes ratted out the campsite. Remember when they was deep off in the woods and they had the cabin? The guy ratted them out.
Judas.
And those things gonna happen. All right, as we being pilgrims among the earth. Keep going up. And before you go, I want to say this too, man, because the only ones Jake should really be trusting is the brotherhood, man, the ministry.
Right.
Because we bound by this word, man. And if a brother do cross you in that day, so be it, man. The Lord, gonna deal with that Judas, man. The Lord gonna deal with him. But outside of that, man, Jake should just kind of be dealing with the brothers on that trust issue, man. Go ahead.
Verse
22.
22, it says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that had endured to the end shall be saved."
That's right, man. So Esau Edom, he's gonna speak these false things about us, right? And basically it's gonna we're gonna gain a negative connotation, man. All right, there's gonna be a negative connotation that surrounds the truth, even though we understand, all right, that the truth is righteousness. These people, they're walking in wickedness, man. All right, they're completely contrary to the very words that we speak. All right, the things we do on a daily, they're contrary to that. And this devil is gonna make them believe that we are the reason that things won't return back to normal. Why America can't be great again? You see, we're gonna be enemy of the state. so to speak. You know, enemy of the world, man. Go ahead,
Verse 23, it says, but when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come.
Yeah, we're gonna be like pilgrims, man. We're gonna be moving around, you know.
I got that for you too.
Grab this last precept right there, 24.
Verse 24, it says, the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord.
You know, and so Yahushua had to go through it, man. We have to go through it. All right. We're gonna have to you know, be brought in front everybody like Yahushua did, man. You know, these people sought after Yahushua life. Okay. Same thing's gonna be happening, man.
Right.
But grab that precept you was holding the Shia.
I'm gonna start at 39. This 2nd Ezra 16 and 39. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evil days, Salaki, in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
That's right, man. So shit gonna be happening, okay? Little skirmishes, all right? You know, resistance. You're gonna have people resisting the government, okay? The one world order. You're gonna have people resisting you know, they're gonna have military groups all around, okay? And Jake gonna have to be moving throughout that shit, man.
Right.
You know? But you got your precept, all right?
You know, pretty much back you up, and I still got that account too.
Yeah, we gonna grab that account for sure.
But you also mentioned earlier of you know, the Lord giving you the words to say, you know, in the times of trouble, you know, to help us maneuver, because obviously the weapon that we have here is our wisdom.
That's right.
All right. So the Lord is going to feed us with any type of information that we need to, you know, help us in any type of situation. You know,
Right.
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 12 and 11. I'm reading the NLT as well. It says, and when they bring you unto the synagogues and unto the magistrates and powers, take ye no thought how or what thing ye should answer, or what ye shall say. For the Holy Spirit shall teach you in the same hour what ye ought to say. And this is in the NLT. It says, and when you are brought to the trial in the synagogues and before the rulers and authorities, don't worry about how to defend yourself or what to say, for the Holy Spirit will teach you at that time what needs to be said. So we understand, man, if we're doing this work in 144% truth and faithfulness, man, the Lord got us, man. So when times even get hard, where, you know, your head may be on the chopping block or whatever, you know, if you happen to be a martyr for this truth, you know, if you happen to go down, you know, that the Lord is going to be with you and he's going to give you those words. All right. Whether it's going to be to help you get out of the situation, or if you happen to go down, the Lord may give you a cool as, you know, little word to go out to that people going to remember that, oh, he stood 10 toes down for the Lord. You know, look how bold he was in the way that he went out. And that's just all from the words that the Lord is going to give you, you know, to help you whatever situation.
It might not even let you feel no pain.
Right.
You know, like,
Yeah, when you look at the account with the 7 Maccabees brothers, all right, each one of them basically was telling, you know, that king to pretty much fuck off, but in a righteous manner, you know. And that's some smooth shit that they were saying, man. But in righteousness, though, man.
Right.
But I wanted to back you up real quick. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 14 and 13. It says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from hence. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. So just because you may experience a death on this side, man, all right, especially going into what we going into being persecuted, hey, there's a reward for that, man. All right, there's a reward for that, man. Dying in the truth, dying believing, okay, going out on your sword, man, like a true man of the Lord. There's a reward for that. Your works will follow you into the kingdom of heaven, man. It's not over just because you may pass in this truth, man.
Yep.
You
got that word.
I got a quick precept for you.
Con, let me get him with this word real quick, and then you got it out.
Come.
And this word pretty much backs up everything that we've been speaking on, even with the Maccabees brothers and the potential futures, for certain brothers, But this is the word martyr in the online etymology. It says one who bears testimony to faith, especially one who willingly suffers death rather than surrender his or her religious faith. Specifically, one of the Christians who in former times were put to death because they would not renounce their beliefs. All right. And again, that account with the Maccabees brothers, that's to this day one of my favorite accounts, for brothers to sit there and watch, one brother get scalped, one brother get his tongue cut off, and for one brother to see all that happening and walk up willingly, like, all right, cut my tongue off. Like, you probably not even about to cut my tongue off, but I just seen what you did, my brother, and I'm still going to walk up to you like a man because I know, that we have another and better life coming,
right,
ahead of us, But you got it, bro.
Yeah, you got your precept, right? And real quick, since you said that, bro, you got to understand what was going on. All right. Hey, those 7 Maccabees brothers was being persecuted for what they believed in, which we do have a couple of accounts that we're going to grab too, man. All right, of men, all right, other than the 7 Maccabees brothers who were being persecuted as well. All right. And it's only right that it happened again. This is the final time that this will happen. You see? But go ahead.
This is just real quick and back your brothers about death. It says, this is Book of Psalms, chapter 48, verse 14. It reads, "For this God is our God forever and ever, who will be our guide even to death." And even to death, man, even if we say we got to get beheaded, say we might get tortured to death, know what I'm saying? Either way it goes, Yahweh Shemiah Shai, he's still going to be with us. And you got to imagine, know what I'm saying, the spirit of the Lord will put his elect men, say we do face, say if our lot is to get beheaded. Man, you might look this devil in his eye, man, fuck it, man. Beheaded, what a guillotine at, man? Come on with it, bro, because we already know what's coming, man. Resurrection, the kingdom of heaven, you know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful times we went to because we understand what's coming, That's all I want to get out.
Yeah, and the Lord tell you, hey, don't fear him that could just kill a body, roughly paraphrasing, okay?
Yeah.
But fear him that can kill a body and a soul, man.
Mm-hmm.
He just killing your body. Satan is just killing you, not Satan, these devils are just killing your body, man.
Right.
Through this power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, through the truth, man, okay, we have an understanding what lies on the other side of that. Okay? Because a lot of people fear, that's why they cower out in the end. You see, they fear what lies on the other side of that. When it's talking about that sting of death, people are afraid of that. Okay? But we understand, man. And I'm gonna say this too, because it's very easy for me to say that, and I'm not in a place of difficulty right now. Right? But that's why we continue to study, continue to pray, continue to congregate with brothers, to make sure that our faith and we stand on our faith, man. This grace period is a opportunity for us to increase our faith. It's like spiritually working out our faith. So in that time, when we don't have food, we don't have water, when we don't have a place to stay, when the MOTB, when a syringe in the guillotine is right in front of us, and that because the elder, I like when he explained that, man. When he put that picture in your mind, because that's a real thing. They didn't order, I forget the amount of guillotines it is, but they didn't order a surplus of guillotines for nothing. You read the scripture in Revelations. Some of you will be beheaded. You see, That's for the elect, man. They trying to do that to the elect, not no average fucking Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Not no nigga named Pookie in the fucking projects, man. That's intended for the elect. You know, go ahead.
And that's why, the Lord, pushes for us to, in this grace period, to continue to seek more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because once you get the understanding of the scriptures, the scriptures constantly reassure you in your faith, for you to keep on building and to know. Once upon a time, death used to be a fucked up thing in our heads of like, damn, my brother gone, my father gone, this and that and the third. But knowing the truth now, just as it said in the second Maccabees, knowing that it's another life for us and that it's a regeneration, it's a cycle of life, that soul, that spirit is eventually going to come back into the earth. That reassures you that this thing is not over with. All right. And that's the beauty in, what wisdom pretty much gives us. It gives us, again, that reassurance of understanding, how life truly operates.
I got a quick precept. This is 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And all that come with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Like the brother said, like when we got this truth, all that fear and all that confusion that we once had is gone. That's what come with knowledge and wisdom. You understand things and you do better. Like they say, when you know better, you do better. And these things, they're gonna help us in a time of fear. They're gonna help us in a time of confusion. Like I say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times.
If I could add to you real quick, just furthermore, land backing on the point, even when brothers pass away in the truth, because we done have many men that probably fell to ailments, in this truth. But the first thing that the brothers say of knowing the scriptures is that, man, that brother's already on the chariots waiting on us, Lord willing, because it tells you that our works follow. The Lord is not going to forget the works that you've been doing for him all this time in righteousness. So brothers passing away, or, even if it comes down into the point of when JT really kicks up a notch and brothers, die from certain things or whatever it may be, that we know that they're going to be on a first class ticket in the chariot waiting on us.
I could bring out the next two verses. This is 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of God. And it says, be thou partaker of the afflictions, right? Like it's telling, the scriptures warned us of all these things that are to come. So like the brother said, like we meditate on these things and we consider everything. We consider and count all the costs. It says, verse 9, who had saved us. I'm gonna read up and then read down. It says, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of God, who had saved us and called us with an holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Hamashiach Yahushua before the world began. So, that's going, like the elect was already prepared for this, but we prepare ourselves. We go through the process, right? Like we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and we prepare ourselves with this word that he gave us.
Yeah, ultimately, that's why we go through the afflictions we go through. All right, that's why our afflictions are different. All right, but we all suffer in the same likeness, man.
Right. Nevertheless,
to basically build our individual faith. Okay. But I got one to back up what that you brought out. This is one of my favorite ones. I know y'all brothers gonna be like, that brother always bring it out, but that's what this truth is, man. This truth don't change. Okay. Right. So this Wisdom of Solomon 17:12, it says, for fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors, which reason offering. You see, which is this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay. Fear makes you betray the things in which you know already. You see? So that's why these different guys who say that they're men of the Lord, all right, but really ain't, all right, it's gonna show. They're gonna get weak, they're gonna crumble. Not only get weak, but they're gonna fail, man. When that test come and they see all them, in the sense of this the MOTB being like a test, right? They're gonna see all them questions and be like, man, they're just gonna push the paper up, man. Hey, give it to me, you know, without even trying, because the fear, all right, has made them betray what they already knew, man. Okay, we know what's to come.
Right.
We sitting here knowing we're gonna be persecuted for this. We know Yahweh Shai on his way. We know if we die, all right, in the truth, all right, of course, you know, our reward gonna be waiting for us on the other side. We know these things. So to have fear is you betraying that. Really, you betraying Yahweh Shai, man.
I could bring out that word succor.
Yeah.
In the online etymology, that word succor goes into aid.
That's right.
Help, assistance. So bring out your precept again, brother.
Come. Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 12. It says, for fear is nothing else but the betraying of the succors,
right,
which reason offer it.
So you betraying your help. You betraying your assistance by fearing.
Which is the comforter. The word, man. You literally betraying Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai gave us these things for us to be comfortable in these different times, man.
And and what is Yahweh Shai? They also call him the comforter. Like
that's right.
He's precepts goes into him being our aid, our help. So, like your brother said, you betraying the Lord itself.
And like I say too, you know, and that's again why you have to pray to the Lord also, you know, to keep you, you know, comfortable in those times, you know, to keep you well grounded in those times, you know, probably better words to say, because again, you know, you'll have people in the military sense that then went through boot camp and then all of these things going into war, and as soon as they get into war, they fold, they freeze, and don't let none of the things that they've been taught all the way through kick in. You know, so you don't want to fall in that boat, which the Lord could have that happen to men, you know, that's been doing this work all along. But all of a sudden, when it's really, really game time, you know, he just takes the spirit away from them, you know, and that's why you have to have that fear in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, to give you the endurance, you know, to make it all the way into the end.
That's, you know, that's a beautiful point. You have to be fully persuaded in its truth, man. You have to fully believe that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is coming to save us, man. You have some jakes, you know, kind of believe in this truth.
Right.
They kind of believe that we are the true, you know, children of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. The true children of Israel. They kind of believe it partially, you know. And when that pressure get applied, they're gonna fold, man.
All
right. Bring out that next one. You off that already?
No, I'm right here. Verse 13. It says, and the expectation from within being less counted the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment.
Right.
You know, and ultimately these people, you know, having fear is go ahead.
Like you said, they're not fully persuaded.
That's right.
Say the expectation from within being less. Your expectation within is you're not fully persuaded.
That's right.
I got something for you too.
Fine, we gonna grab them. We about to start winding down, but we gonna get that second Maccabees. In that other two, you know, kind of, the kings. But go ahead with your precept,
This is backing up that point that they not like fully persuaded. This is Sirach 2, and I'm gonna start at 12. It says, woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that go it two ways, which that woe going to destruction. It says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore he will not be defended. So, like you were saying, okay, it say they won't be defended, man, because they never believe from the jump. Okay, because if you second guessing at the end, like you said, you disregarding your help. Okay, so you never believed in Yahweh Shai from the jump, but you got it.
You could get 14 too, brother.
Oh yeah, Salaki.
You could grab 2nd Ezra 15 and 4, Babaka Shah.
Verse 14, it says, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
That's right. You know, they got men who gonna lose patience in that day. All right, they're gonna grow weary because they haven't had food in however many days. All right, the Lord ain't say you're gonna be your stomach just gonna be full during JT. He said you're gonna eat, all right, you're gonna drink, okay. you're gonna have what's necessary for you whenever the Lord had that for you, man. We don't know how it's gonna go. All right, we speaking as men and just speculating. But he do say he got you. But there's people who won't believe in that. There's people that won't have faith in that. And they gonna turn themselves in and go get the MOTB, man. Go ahead. You can start at verse 3.
Come. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Verse 4. For all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. That's
right, man. When we seeing these things, especially like when we started out with this whole ICE thing, man, when we start seeing how this devil coming, right? The different laws being pushed into place to come after us. I fear these things not, man. I leaked pictures of the guillotines. I forgot how many years ago was that. Might have been in 2021 when they bought those billions of bullets, man. Those hollow tip rounds. Fear these things not, man. Okay. Scriptures tell you, I believe that's in Romans. All right. Hey, if we be for the Lord, who could be against us? You see, roughly paraphrasing, man. Hey, the Lord, he in control. All we have to do is have faith that he is in control, man.
It's clearly a winning side to this, man. It's a way that you can win, and that's what brothers and sisters gotta really understand. Is the Lord is not going to put us in a situation that if you believe, first and foremost, he give us many accounts of what happens if you believe, but again, putting us in any type of situation that you can overcome and you will overcome it just by believing in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
See, they who said the winning was gonna be pretty though?
Right.
Who said the winning was gonna be easy?
Right.
Like long as we win though, you don't want to lose ugly.
Right.
Like if I gotta win ugly, it is what it is.
Yeah. As long as you get the dub.
I got that word incredulity too.
And I got a real quick one for you too, bro, to back up what they just saying.
Get the incredulity.
Just bring out that word real quick on the online etymology. The word incredulity goes into disbelieving frame of mind, unbelief.
God, heavy. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. You see? So don't let read it one more time.
The disbelieving frame of mind or unbelief.
Yeah, because man, Jake out there be so scared, he fucking make you scared. So it's telling you, hey, don't let the incredulity of them, fuck up with your fate, man.
Right, they unbelief.
They unbelieving.
And that shit's so serious that the Lord literally tell you, like, keep them from around you.
Real quick, I got a quick one, real quick. This Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Huh?
Says God forbid. I just wanted to bring that out real quick, brother.
Come on. Go ahead with your precept and Judah Kazak. I'm gonna be coming at you with that second Maccabees 6, and we'll, for the sake of time, we're gonna start at 8.
God.
Go ahead, Doc.
This to back up that point Bayan had made. This 1 Corinthians 10:13. It says, there had no temptation taken you but such as is common to man, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. But that's just backing up that point. The Lord not gonna put us through nothing that we can't take, man. Okay, so even with us going through the things we have to go through to achieve that crown, that incorruptible crown, man, he's still like making a way for us to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
What you got it?
If I could add to you, that's what a faith kicks in. Have belief into Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because once those hardships really come, the moment that you give up in your mind and you don't know what to do, that's when you lost. But to know that, all right, whatever this is, I don't know how to figure it out right now, but I will figure it out. I'm gonna get past this. That's two different mindsets and definitely two different outcomes that could come from that.
And also him, like I was saying, him being that comforter, man. We could go back to the scriptures and look at the different accounts different men that went through different things. Like in Daniel's, okay, with the example with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, man.
Yeah.
So that's and it's plenty more accounts of the Lord like being with men in these different situations. But you got it.
Man, the Lord, He covered all angles, man. As far as being in different famines, all right, not having water, all right, needing shelter, all sorts of things, man. There's all sorts of accounts covering the different things in which Jake would lose faith that he gave us in the scriptures to boost our faith, man. All right, when we get in those situations, But we could get that second Maccabees out. You can start at verse 8.
This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6, starting at verse 8, and it reads, "Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices."
So, and that's ultimately, the reason for me kind of going into this, man, to show that this thing has happened already, all right? And this prelude that we're seeing, this is what is going to happen behind, okay? When they come after the men of the Lord, this is what's going to happen. Keep going out. This is why they're going to come after us.
This is Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 9. "And whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery."
You see? So, pretty much those that don't want to go or get down with the program, getting down with the NWO, man. All right? Not taking the MOTB. That's the main thing. Oh, you're not going to take it? Let's go. We seen it with the C-19, man. Okay? Yeah. You couldn't enter into different establishments without the face diaper. All right? You couldn't enter into different establishments without the big pokey. All right? So how much more when we talking about you don't want to take the MOTB, which is going to contain, all your medical data, right? Your different licenses and things of that nature, your currency. All right, basically plugging you into the system. When you don't take that, man, you're gonna have to die. Mm-hmm. All right, they're gonna have to what? They call it re-educating. They're gonna bring you to a camp and so-called re-educate you, man. And some of them that can't be re-educated, hey, you're getting put to death. So where did that leave us, man? On the other side of the fence by default. You see? Keep going.
Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 10. For there were 2 women brought who had circumcised their children, whom when they had openly led around about the city, the babes hanging at their breasts, they cast them down headlong from the wall.
So these women, they were following, the laws, man. All right. They had their sons circumcised. All right. But as we read in verse 8, all right, and really this whole chapter goes into it. Okay. Hey, these people were getting persecuted. Persecuted because they were following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. The fashions, all right, of being a Hebrew Israelite. You see? They were following our natural customs. Keep going.
The Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 11, and it reads, "And others that had run together into caves nearby to keep the Sabbath day secretly, being discovered by Philip, were all burnt together because they made a conscience to help themselves for the honor of the most sacred day."
So they were put to death, man. All right, burned in caves because they celebrated the Sabbath, man. And they had to do it in secrecy. You see? How much more in these times, man? Because these same devils coming in the same spirit.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. "And others that had run together into caves nearby to keep the Sabbath day secretly." Slaki, I read that. This verse, the second chapter 6, verse 12. "Now beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities, for that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation.
You see how I said, you know, I beseech these that read this book, that they be not discouraged. You know, so continue to keep your faith, man. All right, continue to keep your faith. You see, because at the end we understand our reward gonna come, man. No matter how bad they press us, no matter what they say they intend to do, or what they end up doing. Continue to have your faith, man. You know.
Because these warnings is heavy. It'll scare somebody. Oh, nah.
Y'all brothers got precepts?
No, I'm all good. I'll go out tomorrow.
So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. Okay. Before we get out of here, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to hopefully elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
The ball.
Kwame Asherallah.
Kwame Asherallah.